For someone whose greatest electrical feat had been changing a light bulb, this was going to be a tricky part. I knew the electrical components needed to go somewhere, so I built some boxes to go over the wheel arches in the back of the van. The only other major electrical component being the solar panel, which I had to hoist onto the roof by myself. Trust me, I got stuck underneath this solar panel for about 10 minutes. That was heavy. Now I've got to drill it in, seal all the holes up so that it's really secure. Plenty of sealant, that'll do the job. And then I can look at doing the wiring. Got a solar panel and a fan and the roof connector all on the roof, which is great because there's a thunderstorm coming tomorrow and that will really test my really neat sealant jobs. Right, day 14 and I'm shattered. There is not enough coffee on God's earth that can keep me awake. Today is the last day in a row where I get to work on the conversion, so I'm going to hopefully get all of this wired up and wired up to the solar panel, which is why I've set myself up a nice little workstation. I've also got this hefty guide. I bought the kit from Vunked and they send this massive guide out which tells you exactly how to connect everything up. As a disclosure, anything to do with electrics is obviously dangerous, so if you're going to mess around with it, it's at your own risk. This video is clearly not a how-to guide. Fortunately, there are companies out there like Vunked that will make how-to guides for you. From circuit diagrams to step-by-step instructions on how to install each individual component. That being said, nothing can replace the experience of a trained professional. Also, this isn't an advert for Vunked. They haven't paid me or given me any of their stuff. I paid for it like every other muggle. I was just very impressed with their service. This bit is probably the bit that I'm most out of my depth. Cool clue what I'm doing here, but Vunked have made it easier. I've connected everything up, I think. Everything's going to a negative bus bar and a positive multi-fuse channel. Leisure battery mounted, me on and off switches. And so far, I feel like the only thing that is completely wired in is the solar system. So let's see if this blows up. Okay. Oh, we have a light. We have a blinking light. I don't know what it means. And rather than figuring out what it means, I decided to complete the charging circuit by connecting the van battery in the front to the leisure battery in the back. I've got lights blinking on that. I even managed to link the DC to DC charger up to the battery in the front. And it's connected to the battery, but nothing's charging. And I don't know why. Frustrating. I've got a bit of good news. I got the DC to DC charger working. Come on! Oh my god. That was a pain in the ass, but now my battery should be charging. I'm going to check the app. Currently getting 26.6 amps, whatever that means, of electricity going into the battery. And it's only going to take 5 hours and 38 minutes to fully charge. But that's alright, because hopefully I'll be able to rely on solar energy. If I ever get it to work, that is. Day 14. Done. Oh, that was a long old streak. 14 days non-stop. It doesn't really feel like I've done an awful lot. But that's it, my brain is fried. I can't do any more. So me and the missus decided to go away for a weekend break. A much needed getaway that really helped me get back on track with trying to fix this solar panel. I figured out a problem, and as usual, oh, it's the problem. I've now got energy from solar. The problem was I got my negative and my positive wires from the solar panel mixed up, despite double checking 3 times and labeling the wires before I threaded them through. But it doesn't matter because it's working now. I've now got my battery charging up from solar panels through this charger here and from the battery when I'm driving from this charger here. That's pretty good for somebody who knows nothing about what they're doing. So now the battery was fully charged, I wanted to see if I could actually power something, which meant uninstalling the fan because some absolute donut screwed it in with the wires still tucked away. The battery's fully powered. Now it's time to see if I can actually get power to things, and the very first thing I want to see if I can power is the fan. So connected it all up, threaded the wire around, and it is now connected to our little fuse board. Time to test it. It made a noise. Look at it go! I've harnessed the power of the sun to create wind. Call me Mother Nature. Wow. So that sucks all the air out, allowing more air to come in and circulate the air out of the fan. So it's not going to blow air at me, it's going to blow air. Oh wait a minute, I've got a choice. In or out? No, it's spinning the other way. Oh, that's cool. A bit of know-how would be useful as well, but we'll figure it out. Back at B&Q. I think this is my 14th trip since I started the conversion. Because I don't have any other choice. Anybody want any sealant done? Professional standard. All right, let's get off the roof.